doesn't allow. So we're going to move on from the warmth of the Mediterranean to the ice of the Arctic. Our next speaker has taken a 44-metre yacht where many, or few, should I say, dare to venture. Would Oliver Michels, captain of motor yacht Maverick, please join me on the stage?
Hello.
Hi, Oliver. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Excellent.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for the invitation to the summit. I'm very excited to be here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let me talk about our special summer in Arctic waters during Arctic summer, which is very short. Arctic summer is between May and September, but really you got only June and July to cruise in these waters. It's a good image. That is basically the dream of my boss, the owners, to moor the boat in the ice. And, well, this is my crew, 9 crew, and this little dinosaur is the owner's son, Phil, 11 years old. Yeah, this is our second day in Arctic waters. To say, my boss, I think, he represents very well a new generation of owners, a younger owner, he's younger than I am, very adventurous, not only buying a yacht and the shipyard, he also bought that experience. For them, very important. We are on a world cruise, we are on a circumnavigation. We had the first season in the Med, the whole Med, then the winter season in the Red Sea, Egypt and Saudi Arabia, then back to Northern Europe, UK. We also went through the London Bridge, Tower Bridge, Amsterdam, and so on and so on. Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway, amazing Norway. This is north of Norway, north of Spitsbergen or Svalbard. This is where okay, there is one slide missing with the chart, doesn't matter. I am a rotational captain. I'm 2 months on, 2 months off, and I started the cruise in polar waters in Longyearbyen in Svalbard. This is actually the first day we started beginning of August, first week of August, in Longyearbyen after provisioning there. It's a small mining community, now more touristic, a bit Wild West. We did provisioning there and bunkering. 20 miles from Longyearbyen, just a jump over the same fjord. We went to this glacier, Borrebukta. That was our first impression, first time in the ice. And everybody loved it. We were anchoring in this bay, very close to a very, very active glacier. That means it's calving all the time. Pieces of ice fall down into the sea every hour. So we were anchoring there. Obviously, the tide moves big icebergs on smaller icebergs towards you. We were able to push them away. It's a lot of work. It's the first time we did it, and we never did it again. We never anchored again close to a glacier. But it was a nice experience. Sorry. This is a satellite image. We use this website, ICC, very, very handy to use. I think a couple of years ago, any boat going up to the Arctic Sea, they had to purchase each satellite image singly. So you buy one satellite image for 1,000 euros. Now we download 20, 30 satellite images for 180 euro a month. Big difference. Why I'm showing this right now? Because our initial plan was circumnavigation of Svalbard, and of course, owner's dream to go to the ice. That means a pack ice. But weather conditions have to be perfect to do that, because it's the open ocean, It's the North Atlantic. It's the Arctic Ocean or Polar Ocean. But you have to have the right weather conditions, calm sea, ideally good visibility. And you need these kind of, it looks like a map with where you see the Maverick name there, inside that bay. It is not a bay, it's an enclosure that protects the vessel from the southerly swell. So ideally, you look for these kinds of bays, I think. This is all ice. Unfortunately, the best weather conditions were in the beginning of our trip. That decision was made then very early to go up to the pack ice, which is 100 miles north of Svalbard, very early. It's a bit of a pity because this is a highlight which you normally put on the end of your trip. We did it in the beginning. This was our first day in the ice. After arriving to the pack ice and into one of these bays, we were looking for, sorry, the video doesn't start. How do I go back? Can you go back one slide? Yeah. Never mind the video. So, on the first day in the pack ice, we saw this ice floe, which looked like a swimming pool. So we captured it, we moored the boat next to it, and we had fun in the ice. Many of the crew and owners, they did their first polar jump. I was busy. I do it later in the Bahamas. Yeah, everybody loved it. Everybody, from the first day in Borevukta at the glacier and then in the pack ice, you got some kind of addiction to it. And so we spent a little bit longer than usual up there in the pack ice, another extra day. This is day number 1. This is me mooring the boat like you moor it to a pier, to an ice floe. Quite big one, big enough for us to bring all the toys out, jet skis, even bicycle, kayaks, everything. We had a barbecue on the beach, on the ice. Everybody loved it. This is underneath you is like 2,000 meters of water. Yeah, it's a great feeling. It's hard to describe. There are some really scary movies. My boss driving with a jet ski through the ice. I can't show them really. They look really reckless. But yeah, it was a great day. We saw also a polar bear on the first day, far away, thanks God, 700-800 meters. I'm quite, oh, now it goes, the video. Yeah, you'll see us there in the middle of the ice. Still not too far in, because I don't want to get caught in the ice. Our polar code certificate tells us only to cruise in open waters, ice-free waters. You can see there's some ice-free waters. I think Rina is okay with it. Then we went back to Svalbard. Obviously, we put the highlight first. And still, Svalbard is great. We had fantastic hikes, always with a guard. The polar bears are everywhere, potentially. Yeah, they had a great time on Svalbard. We did the circumnavigation, but of course, we always talked about going back to the ice, which we did. This is still Svalbard, the east part of Svalbard. This is our ice pilot. I forgot to mention we had ice pilot Charbel on board, master mariner, ice pilot. He's one of the captains of Charcot, Commandante Charcot, the icebreaker. It was good to have him on board. We learned a lot. This is one of the biggest glaciers in in Svalbard. It's 180 kilometers in length. It was a great day, also close to this glacier. Animal and wildlife. One of the polar bears we saw, you need to keep a minimum distance of 300 meters. Well, this is 150. Yeah, seals. Sorry. Too quick. How can I start this video? I was pressing once. Okay. Okay, from Svalbard we went to Greenland. This is 2.5 days cruising east of Greenland. Sorski Sound, Sorski Fjord. Lots of icebergs, lots of adventures and hikes. Can you go back once? I would like to start the video. Yeah, can you start this? Yeah. This is one of the icebergs we saw, quite impressive. I tried to pass it very quickly when we saw it because I feared that my boss wants to go into that cave. So I carried on, and later on we launched the jet skis, but of course I found it. Everybody drove through that. I don't know how many times. I saw the videos later. It's not recommendable, but they had fun. Yeah. East Greenland. Fantastic area. You saw the musk ox. They saw the musk ox very close to this fjord. The first place we anchored when we arrived to Greenland was Itomekomik. We met the local people there, the Inuits. They sold us Arctic shore, which is a very nice fish, similar to salmon, and they sold us the meat from this ox, which was great. After trying that, my boss was always asking for this meat. We couldn't find it. This is also east of Greenland. We then went south to Tasiilaq. This is west of it. This is called the Glacier Highway, this Sermilik Fjord. There are dozens of icebergs and growlers and bergibits going down this fjord. Another great day in the ice. Everybody loved it. We saw whales and seals. Same day, extended day in the ice. Last day around big icebergs. Yeah. We went further south to the Prince Christian Sound, south of Greenland. This is now October. This is beginning of October, very late. We visited a couple of glaciers there. Again, kayaks out, jet skis out. Everybody had a great time. I think this is the last day in the Prince Christian Sound. You could see over there in the right corner, this is our Oleg system, because there are no charts really. In the Prince Christian Sound there are a couple, but east of Greenland and east of Svalbard there are no nautical charts or very old raster charts. So it's good to have this Oleg system. You follow basically the track of other boats, and you see the bathymetry of previous vessels. This is an image from our radar screen being in the ice. Yeah, we use both radar, X-band and S-band. Good tools. Also, thermal camera is a big help. Yeah, and end of September, October, the 24-hour daylight finishes. The 24-hour daylight is from May to September. So arriving to the south of Greenland, we have nighttime again. And with nighttime, you had the beautiful view to the northern lights. Yeah, I don't know, you can't see it on that video very well, but our last day in Greenland, it was heavily snowing, so that for me it was, let's go, let's leave. It was already late. And we had a great time. We've been very lucky with the weather. There was one front after the other coming. Our next destination was Newfoundland. Due to weather conditions, we couldn't make it really to Newfoundland, but still we went to Canada. This is Nova Scotia, which was great. This first time in 2.5 months we saw a tree, and very beautiful trees, what you call in the New England states in the US, Indian summer, they call it there the Celtic summer. We had an amazing time there. Saw people, moored the boat in Bedeck, a great little village. Then went to Halifax, and from Halifax to Bermuda. This is where I left the boat, just after Melissa said hello. I think it's part of the experience. Hurricane Category 2 it was when it hit. Nothing happened, we were safely moored. Yeah, that is my experience in the ice. Thank you very much. So, forgot this. This is Greenland again.